Oh, welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction. Liverpool 2, Everton 0. Yeah. Another year, another gross misconduct by the referee. Happens nearly every year, but listen, I have no issue with by being beaten fair and square, but what is the point? What's the point in going to these games with these referees? It's farcical. It is farcical. You can only laugh at it. All you can do is laugh at it. The corruption is so obvious that you can only laugh at it, really. Because I don't feel like we've been beaten by Liverpool side today. I really don't. They can do all the shouting they want. They can fist pump all they want to the cop. To me, we haven't been beaten by a team today. We've been beaten by a referee. That's not for me. That's not me saying, by the way, that we would have won the game or we should have won the game. Far from it. But the simple fact is, blatant cheating has cost us an opportunity to see out the second half. It's as simple as that. Because I thought up to the penalty, we were very, very comfortable with 10 men. Let's just talk about our one first, our red card, before we get into it. The first one was quite a cynical foul by Young, so yeah, I can see why it's given as a yellow card. And then the stupidity by Young for the second one is what gets him sent off. Instead of just running with him and almost just leaning him out of the pitch, he goes to ground, and once he gets beaten, it's a yellow card. But the first yellow card, Liverpool, the Simicast, does exactly the same thing on Jack Harrison and gets away with it because the game carries on and the referee leaves it. So straight away, you can see what's going on. Ashley Young gets sent off. I think the manager has to take a little bit of blame for that as well. I wouldn't have started him personally because he's been picking up yellow cards. He's been getting done for pace. He's been jumping in left, right and centre. I wouldn't have started him myself, but he has. But I think when he had the yellow card, I think he had a duty of care for the rest of the team, and I think he should have took him off. But he didn't. He gets the red card. Simicast should have been on a yellow card as well. The one they get in the second half is incredible. It's absolutely incredible how he hasn't been sent off. And I dare any Liverpool fan to argue after the cry arson that they did at Spurs, because Konate gets booked, and then Beto beats him. And not only does Beto get past him, but Beto has got the whole pitch in front of him. Yes, there's a player to the side that could come in, but Beto is in his own half and has got, if he uses his pace and can hold off that player, a clear run at goal. And all it's given is a foul. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And listen, that's not the excuse of why we got beat. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't matter. That decision might not change the outcome. But it's blatant cheating. It's we've had it so many times, and lots of other clubs will have had it against teams who are in the top 4 and the top 6. When people say you don't get those decisions at Anfield, they're the decisions we're talking about. And it doesn't matter whether, like as I said, it doesn't matter whether we go on and win the game or whatever happens, that is a disgrace that you can give someone 2 yellows and send them off, and then you don't do the same thing on that for what is essentially the same. That second one is the same one that Ashley Young gets booked for. And that to me, and obviously I'm recording this live. I don't know what Dyche has said. I hope Dyche takes him to the fucking cleaners. To the fucking cleaners. I apologise for swearing. I'll probably swear more during this video, because you've got to highlight that. You've got to highlight that as much as you can, because one of the big things that came out of the Liverpool thing at Spurs was how something got done about it because it was Liverpool. And I had no issue with that, because the amount of times that we as a club and other teams as clubs don't get instances that have happened in their match. The amount of times the spotlight's not shone on them because it's only Everton, or it's only Sheffield United, or it's only whoever. It does not matter. Like at half time, they're talking about the sending off, and not 1 minute did anyone at half time change the narrative to, hang on, what about Tsimikas? You know, I know it was spoken about on the commentary, and I know Ali McCoy was talking about on the commentary, but at no point did anyone at half time say, what about Tsimikas? Because actually, shouldn't he have been booked? And I'm glad to see that when the game was going on, everybody to a man did say on Kanate one that he should have been sent off. But I hope Dyche makes a huge thing of this. I really do. I hope, because he got booked. He got booked, and the player on the pitch didn't. That's what's incredible. Everyone at the club this week, as far as I'm concerned, should be standing up and saying this is a disgrace. Because, and I tell you why, because Everton have an opportunity now. Everton have an opportunity to, and I've been saying this for ages, Everton have an opportunity to make it about us against them. It's Everton versus everyone else. It's us, it's the fans, it's us against the world. And I tell you what, if Dyche comes out and says something, and he says it on every channel, and he makes sure that it gets out there, and he does make a big deal of it, and then hopefully on Match of the Day they make a big deal of it, and hopefully on Monday Night Football they make a big deal of it, because they will talk about the game, and Carragher has to say it, and Gary Neville has to mention it. I really hope they do, and I really hope they shine the spotlight again on Craig Pawson and on the PGMOL and on Howard Webb, because it's 0-0. That's the thing about that sending off. It's at 0-0. The game is at 0-0. You know, there's a long way to go. If it goes down to 10 men at that point, then 10 men each, then we've got a chance. We've got an opportunity. Liverpool weren't creating loads of chances. They were flashing the ball left, right and centre. They were getting round the back and flashing it in, but we were defending well. Even, like, I don't know whether what people feel about the subs at half-time. I don't know whether they thought that he was a bit hasty in making those decisions. But I hope he does, and I don't know what he said on TNT. And if he hasn't said nothing, then I'll be disappointed in Dyche. Because that's an opportunity to shine a massive spotlight on that situation. Because who else is going to do it? Who else is going to come out and say, we've been had off here? And get the fans behind them. Get the fans behind the manager and get fans behind the team. And say, we've got a manager here fighting for us who is saying exactly what we're saying as fans. We've been cheated today. There's no other way of looking at it. We've been cheated. We've been absolutely cheated by the referee. It should have been 10 versus 10. Then we're fair and square. And then we see what happens in the game. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that we open up and maybe whatever, I don't know. But no one can tell me. No one can tell me we haven't been cheated today. Listen, the penalty's a penalty. It's a penalty. You stick your hand out like you're waiting for a bus. You know, then it's a penalty. That's the way it is in the modern age. But I really hope we nail them this week. I really hope that we nail them. And you know, it will be an absolute easy win for Dyche to get fans on his side, to get fans saying this fella. I mean, listen, Dyche always backs the fans. I'm not talking about that, but it'd be a really easy win for him to come out and say, we've been had off in the Merseyside derby there, all right, we haven't made loads of chances, but that was the game plan. Because I didn't think the game plan was too bad. I thought we've come out and we've known that we've got to get men behind the ball. We didn't go ultra negative in the first half. We just got men behind the ball, and then we tried to break, and we used the long ball to get behind them. And listen, we've had a good opportunity early on with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and maybe he should do better with the header. And they haven't created that many chances. They look bang average, to be fair. I mean, the crowd, Jesus Christ, the famous atmosphere, Anfield atmosphere. I'm not sure where that was today, because it was very, very quiet for long spells of that game. Very, very quiet. And the crowd only really got going when they got the penalty. Let's be honest. Because it's always like that at Anfield. This atmosphere thing is a load of bollocks. This idea that the atmosphere is amazing is bollocks. That's what it's like at Anfield the majority of the time. It's just that the TV and stuff paint a different picture and make it seem like it's the greatest thing in the world when it's absolutely not. But yeah, I am just disgusted. And listen, we know they're a better side. We know they've got better players. No one's arguing that point. No one's arguing that point at all. But surely Liverpool fans, after what they've gone through in the last few weeks, fully understand. They won't, of course they won't, because they'll think it's hilarious. And that's fine. The opposition football fans will always think that. But we've been cheated today. We've been cheated by the referee. Simple as that. And as I said, I thought we played well. I don't know whether the manager should have made those changes at half time. I mean, obviously you bring Patterson on. Or you could have played Jack Harrison at right wing back. Could have played Jack Harrison maybe at right wing back and left Patterson off. But it was five at the back essentially. But you're playing. It's 10 against 12, and he's made the changes late on. He's gone. We put Beto on for Dom, and obviously Beto's the one who who really created opportunity where Konate should have been sent off. He's brought Schmidt on. I don't really Dan Juma, yeah. I mean Dan Juma, he brought on, and Dan Juma did all right. Not sure about bringing Schmidt on, although people might have questioned him if he hadn't brought Schmidt on for not going for it. But I thought today defensively we played really well. Mykolenko was superb, to be fair. Again, he normally does have a decent game against. And Salah's ended up getting 2 goals. And yeah, Mykolenko, I thought, had a really good game against them. I thought Brantwaite done well. I thought all the defenders, bar Ashley Young, did well. Onana, James Garner, I think, and we'll talk more about it in the match. I think James Garner did. They're the games where you've got to look at James Garner and think, should he be doing more in a game like this? Harrison and obviously McNeil tried to do what they tried to do, but didn't really have a massive influence on the game. But I as I said, I think we've played. I think we've done the game plan has worked for a majority of the game. But once you go down to 10 men, you've got to change it, haven't you? You've got to change the system. The manager's gone with 5 at the back, and as I said, I thought we were very, very comfortable. And it's took a handball. It's took a handball to open the game up. But as I said, I'm not going to kick off at anyone. I'm not going to say this should have. Even with Michael Keane, the manager's threw him on there for a reason. He's thrown him on because he knows that we're pushing them wide, but there's going to be a lot of crosses coming into the box. I thought, but then the penalty itself, it's exactly what he's done at Leicester, isn't it? Sticking the arm out. That's where we said in the summer that maybe we needed another centre back. But it is what it is. It is what it is. As I said, I could sit here all day bemoaning that decision, and it is a horrendous decision. I have to repeat myself. It's not just a decision. It's not just one of those decisions where you look at it and think, "Oh, that might be a second yellow," because you get them all the time, don't you? You get them all the time. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the clips of Dice. On the it's a penalty. That's a penalty. Sorry, that's a penalty. Someone just asked me in the comments. That's a penalty all day, isn't it? Nowadays, that's a penalty. You can't. If you stick your hand out like that now and it's itching on the hand, it's a penalty. So, no issue with that whatsoever in this day and age. But the second yellow is, as I said, there's not even, if there is honestly anyone out there who doesn't think that's not a yellow card, then football is not for you. Honestly, you can be as bitter as you like. If I was a Liverpool, if Everton had just won that game and that had happened to us, I'd happily come out and go, yeah, that was definitely a yellow. That is blatant. That's a blatant yellow card, and there's no argument about it whatsoever. I'm just looking here because I think in the interview that Dyche give to TNT, so obviously in this country, I don't think he's gone for as much, but the one he's give to beIN Sport, I think he has gone for it a little bit. He said, unbelievably, I have no clue how I got that yellow card, he said, but I think he has gone for it a little bit more. But this is football now. I'm not sure it's going to change. I'm not sure football's going to change. Or you can ask, the problem with these games are now is football and derbies, because I was watching the game, I was thinking, this is a dreadful game. You know, I watched Spurs versus Arsenal a few weeks ago. It was a fantastic game. Two good teams, both going at it. Both going at it. It was a fantastic. The game today was crap. It was a crap game. One really good side against one bang average side. So you don't get as it was in the old days, people going into people making it horrible. You know, I grew up in the 90s, going to derbies where we won them, where we every year people think we were going to get battered and we win because we got stuck in and we made it horrible. You can't do that anymore. Most games now, the best team wins in most games. And obviously with VAR, you don't get away with anything. But you obviously do. And all you ask for in a game is that the refereeing, the thing that shouldn't decide the game, that can decide the game. All you ask for is honesty and fairness. And we never got that today. And the amount of times that's happened when we've played in not just Liverpool, but teams around the top four is just incredible. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. The standard of refereeing. And that's not even VAR, is it? Because I don't think VAR can do anything about second yellow cards, which again is a joke because it is leading someone to be sent off. It was at 0-0, and it's, to me, it's give us a massive opportunity if they go down to 10 to reset. And listen, at 10 men each, if Liverpool go on and win the game, no issue whatsoever. No issue whatsoever. But I'll have an issue with that because Liverpool they've not beaten us. They've not beaten us on the idea of fairness. They've beaten us because we've been cheated, and that's as simple as that. That's as simple as that. So there you go. Anyway, I'm gonna go and sort out my player ratings. I'm sure Baz will be very, very animated because he hates referees and he hates Craig Pawson. Absolutely hates Craig Pawson. And he'll hate him even more after today. But we move on to next week. Ashley Young will be suspended for next week, so Patterson will be back. Patterson will be in, sorry. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, make sure to check out Baz's videos. I'll be back in a bit for the player ratings. See you in a bit. See you later.